problem with a man being vulnerable because I hate when men sometimes feel as though they have to be like a man all the time. And it's like, in my opinion, that's unrealistic.
I gotta stop it right here. I gotta stop it right here already off the rip. Did she say what I think she said?
She hate when a man feel like he got to be what?
A
Let her
man
say
all the
it.
time.
A man
Hold
being
on.
vulnerable because
TV.
I don't have a
Hear you.
problem with a man being vulnerable because I hate when men sometimes feel as though they have to be like a man all the time. And it's like,
I'm gonna have to just pass this to you in your professional opinion. Like,
Like what's the alternative to moments where I'm not supposed to be a man? See, that's a problem right there because like if you're now suggesting with there are moments that I'm supposed to be different from what I am, like okay, what am I being? Because like then that's the problem because like you're not seeing me as a man. Like wait okay wait.
I just thought about this though. I'm a lion, right? In the jungle.
Don't be a lion. Don't be a lion. Don't be a lion. Hey, not right
I feel
now.
like being a
Don't
lion
put
today,
your
man.
mane up. Put your mane up. Put your claws in. Don't be a lion.
Gonna be a kangaroo today. Like, how
Right.
does it?
Okay.
My
Switch the
not,
game up. Switch the whole game up.
but seriously, like that kind of threw me off the rip. We like this 40 second, like we like 5 seconds in.
But what would you have me to be? What would you like for me to be if I'm not supposed to be a man? So like that's let her
Maybe
talk a little bit more.
I about to say maybe she explains it a little more. I did stop it prematurely, but that was explain, boo.
in my opinion, that's unrealistic. It's okay to show that you're human. It's okay to show that you have emotion.
No, it's not.
I think it is
Right. Which is fine. But what is majority?
that he bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, you Michael Jordan is more famous for that meme when he's crying than he is for the Jumpman sign. Like, we in our generation, we know Michael Jordan as the Jumpman. These kids know Michael Jordan as the
As
crying
crying.
meme. So now, with all the accomplishments he has made, that outshadows everything. Men aren't allowed to be vulnerable. It's the definition of manning up, meaning you. I don't want to hear that vulnerable-ish. Man up, please.
I mean, I can't disagree.
No, and it's bred into our society from many different directions. Like people we trust use that statement, and it's mostly passed down from the men. I'd say, I hear a lot of coaches say that, you take a hit, bam, get up, man up, come on, like, but
Walk it off. Walk it off. But you know what?
like
I was told. I was
I
told.
got sons though, and like when raising my sons, you'd watch them run and fall and wham, and I didn't want to not take your feelings in consideration, but also like I've been in this society, son, so I'm like I'd look at you and I'd weigh it. I knew I only had a couple seconds, and it was like, okay, like go ahead and cry, like that one hurt. But like the other time it was like, nah, get up, shake that off, because like uh, you don't get those moments to cry as a male species in this society, and so like that was such a tough space to navigate as a father. It's like, God, I just want to nurture my baby's feelings, but you know what? Like, life is not like that. I don't want him to get used to that. Love you, but get up, get up, man up. Like, and that's the terminology that we use.
Yeah, and I was told this to it was okay to cry at a funeral. Like that was a man, like an older man told me that. Like, but any other time I've been told to get up, walk it off. Like, but if I seen another man, like just taking sports away, like off the football field, but just another man. All right, you a man, my man. If I see you acting like not a man, I'm gonna be like, oh, a little confused. But I can see a woman looking at a man and then he's acting like a not a man or whatever she's talking about. That's gonna be the image, like they're talking about that Jordan meme. Like we know Jordan as Game 6. I was just talking about that before we started recording. Game 6, like back to back. Kids today, they see the tears and like that's not Jordan, but it was that one moment when he took off his man. Let me take this man's suit off real quick and be a human.
You'd be surprised like how many men just need to cry. You know, I have no problem crying. Like crying is what I do best. You know, like
But I do too, but I cry. I was always taught to cry in the dark or in private.
I was taught that too, but then like when it started going haywire with me and the estranged wife, like I had the kids for a while. And so like yo bros, we're just in Denny's and I'm just balling my ass off. Like I just can't right now. I can't go hide from this moment right now. I kind of have to take it right here, right now.
But let me say this is me. Crying is a part of, like she said, be human, but man is human. Crying is a natural part of life. Like
Sure.
you cry. You're supposed to cry. Like your body does that on purpose. One of those autonomic things, like your hair growing, nails growing.
I tell I tell people when I'm lecturing, like you have tear ducts, and so like
Use them.
right, just off the fact that you got them, like they're used to excretion from the tear ducts of crying. So like just alone on the fact, and plus like I I like to look at it from the position that crying is your fundamental announcement to the world. I'm no longer what I used to be. And I say that because like when you came into this world, like the first thing that you were made to do to signify to the world that like I'm here and I'm okay. I intend to do this thing on my own for a little bit. I'd appreciate a little bit of help. Is like they made you cry. Like if you weren't crying, like they did something to make you cry. And then like once you started crying, they're like, all right, they put you on mom's chest. All right, she's gonna be okay. And so like I tell people like, yo, like it's okay to cry, but just don't do again whatever it was made you cry. But like somewhere like we've got to get back to telling people like, hey, it's okay to experience the emotions that you have.
Yeah, and back to sports and on the field, got my butt whooped, and we lost. I cried. I won a championship, national championship in college. We won. Cried. But I cry, and I'm gonna share this with the world. I watch sports stories, and me just being an athlete, growing up, everything sports. When I see those inspirational sports stories, I cry. Like it can be a clip. You see the little kid that getting his first hit in t-ball. Like I'll be sitting here scrolling. Like little tears start coming.
Trying to think.
But I'm like,
yesterday, started crying.
Hey, you know what else? Just thought about
it was some war movie, some alien war movie. I think it was like Battlefield or something like that. You know, they got to the sentimental part of the movie. I was just
check this out. The extreme though, I can see a TikTok. You know what I'm talking about? And be looking,
hear the music and just get going. No, it is.
But no.
It's actually good that we can talk about it because I mean, a lot of people like give crying such a negative connotation, like it's something wrong. Like you can actually cry because you're happy, and it's actually nice to cry because you're happy. Like that means like there are no words. Like one thing we do very bad as a society is we always have to term and name everything, and like literally sometimes there are no words. And
Hold that thought. Hold that thought. I don't want to cut your knowledge, but hold that thought.
oh, you ain't cutting my knowledge. I can continue to spit. Hold on, let me wet my whistle real quick. And
Words. Well, I had to hold that. You said no words. Look what I found. Cleaning up the garage and moving stuff. This is
yes,
all
yes.
Did I show you this? The Highway of Life?
Read it.
Nope. 2003. That's when I wrote this. But I'm gonna read it. But let me find the.
He said read it. He said nope.
Nope.
But I'm read it.
I'm gonna read it. But you said there was no words, but there were words that helped me with crying. It was the tears or pain leaving the body. So I'm gonna read this at the end because I put it in words in 2003.
We're supposed to be watching Crumb, and we've been talking.
Fair use. Nah, like this is how good Crumb is though. Like salute to Crumb. We're a minute 23 seconds in, and it's already thought provoking conversation coming from a minute and 23 seconds. But let's tap in.
No, but for me, like when I saw him crying, I'm like, he's human. Like that's what I see. But that's just me compared to the millions and millions of other people who keep sharing that picture. But when I look at it, I'm like, okay, he's human. Like humans cry. Doesn't matter if you're a man or a female. We cry.
Did you see the Red Table Talk where Jada made Will cry when she talked about her sexual escapades with other men and how she didn't want to marry him and so on and
But
so
wouldn't
forth?
you cry too if you heard your wife say that? I would probably be like, damn, like you decide you want to tell me here in front of like, I probably would cry too. Like that hurts knowing that you feel like you can't please your partner.
Absolutely, absolutely. Just want to get some additional feedback. Did Will Smith, was he received as a masculine man and hey, we need to support him, or did it was like Jada made you cry? I mean, how did you interpret that as a vulnerable man?
If you're gonna be vulnerable, don't do it in public. That's how I feel about it.
That's what I was told. You can cry, but not in public. I remember when I used to get into a fight, like it's okay to cry, but you better not cry during that fight or in public.
Son, so I have a son.
How old is your son?
He's 6. However, he better if he fall, you better get up and keep it moving.
Come on.
And see, I find it so funny that, since you're female, you're saying that. Like, I have a nephew, and I remember when he was little, he would fall and cry. And my brother would be like, man, if you don't get your ass up, man up. And I'm like, he fell. Like, I would pick him up like, Jaden, are you okay? Like, what's the matter?
Come on.
Like, he's hurting. Like, don't tell him to man the fuck up. He fell. He scraped his knee. Like, okay, let auntie clean it. Like, are you okay? But then after a while, once I know that, okay, you're good, I'm gonna tell you, okay, Jaden, stop. You're fine now. But when that initial reaction, I'm gonna let him cry. He just fell and scraped his knee.
I obviously totally agree with that. I fall into that category. I have a sister, younger sister. When my sister fell, the whole world stopped spinning. We gotta make sure she okay. When I fell, you better get your ass up. Stop playing with me. And hey, I grew up in a house that had double standards. It's just a reality. Ladies drank free before 11. It's a double standard world that we live in.
Hey, just to pause it real quick, I wanted to say that too. There's definitely a double standard when it comes to boys and girls, but it's that same. I guess is when it's your child, it's that same reaction. Like you want to make sure they okay.
But some of the double standards work in our favor. Some of them do not work in our favor. Some of the double standards work in women's favor. Some of them do not work in their favor. So I just think just yeah. But to be totally fair, double standard exists on both sides. Probably more so in our favor. I will say that. But everybody does benefit from something somewhere down the line.
Yeah. And remember, this is the gentleman's club.
And that's okay. That's fine. I'm not crying about that. I just realized that I'm not allowed to be vulnerable. And if I show that side of me, I put myself in threat. I put the relationship in threat. And eventually down the line, you're not going to have respect for me anymore. You need to know that there's a man who is fearless in all scenarios. And I must demonstrate that. In addition to that, the whole strong, independent, single woman trope is something that kind of counteracts that, because we know that the ethnic image of a man is to be strong. So when we say our women are strong and we're not allowing our men to be we're not allowing our men to be vulnerable, they must be strong. We're not going to acknowledge that they're strong. We're going to call our women strong. Kind of puts a flip flop.
And that's the thing, because I am a single woman. I take care of myself, and that's the problem. Because I've had many men told me, "Oh, you don't want to let me be a man." I'm not gonna wait on you to be a man. That's the thing.
Did she say that's not that? Did she not say that's the problem?
No, let her talk. Let her talk.
But she already identified the problem in the first 5 seconds of her statement.
It's not that I'm not going to let you. I don't have time to wait when I can go take care of the issue myself. So it's not that single women don't, we don't want a man. We don't have time to wait for you to realize or figure out that you want to be a man finally. It's like, if you're going to do it, do it.
I agree with her. And another thing for me is I'm like her. Like, I'd rather just do it myself. I don't have time to keep telling you, like, hey, are you going to do this? Are you going to do this? Are you going to do this? Because every time I'm telling you, are you going to do this? You're going to do this? I could have did it my damn self. And I don't have time for that. Like, as a man, I feel like y'all should just know what to do. Like, why do I have to tell you to do it? Just do it.
And the thing is, too, with being a single woman, I don't feel like men are now, okay, I'm attractive and all of that good stuff, but the fact that I'm single, got a good job, pay my own bills, have a nice car, I'm out of the league, because you'd rather go over here because Tiffany need her bills paid and you're gonna pay Tiffany bills and she's gonna do whatever you want. But me, your money don't excite me. You're gonna have to do bigger things. So it's like I'm really not on the table anymore.
What? Because I have a friend, everything that you described, that's how I used to tell my friend when
Are they, it's like they playing table tennis. Like,
when I was living in Virginia, and I would tell her, like, Kiana, a lot of men are intimidated by you because you have your own home, you have your own car, you have a really, really good paying job, you take care of your kids by yourself. So it's like any man that's going to step into that position trying to be your man, it's like you're going to have to do more than sweet talk and, no offense, and offer dick. Right?
Right.
You're going to have to do more than that, because with or without you, I'm still maintain the same lifestyle that I have. So a lot of men, like, are intimidated by that because they gotta know, like, damn, like, I gotta step it up because, like, she doing this shit without me. So what can I do to enhance her life? And it gotta be more than
So
peace.
I'm sorry. That I kind of feel like you price yourself out the market with your 3 kids. Like that's a lot of baggage that I gotta try to afford in order to step to you. Is that what you're saying?
it would be lovely to have a live conversation. Look, I guarantee you, Crumb got it.
Okay. You made some points I wanted to address, but I think you've taken the cake. I want to refer to and hone in on that. Men aren't intimidated. Just because a man isn't interested or he won't settle doesn't garnish or allow for the clinical diagnosis of intimidation. I think that fits in with the alternative lifestyle, because I don't want to partake in it. I'm hating. Yeah, it's just not my cup of tea. It's not that I'm hating. So when we're dealing with these women who men are intimidated by, it's not that they're intimidated by them, it's that these type of women aren't attractive. When you're dealing with a successful woman or a person in a capitalistic society, you have to have a certain mind state. You have to have an A-type mentality. You have to be aggressive. You have to be driven. These are all masculine attributes that a woman must embody in order to be successful in the economic marketplace. But when she does that and it brings her that success, it also is repulsive to men because men don't like masculine women. Not that I'm intimidated by you. I just don't like a woman with male characteristics.
I have to chime in that because I get this a lot. Marcia, you're so aggressive. Oh, this is. I'm like, okay, I have a mind. I'm going to use it. If I feel a certain type of way, doesn't matter if I'm right or wrong, I'm going to speak my mind. And a lot of men, they don't want you to speak your mind. They want you to be like, yes, daddy. Okay, I'll go sit down. Oh, you going out to go fuck somebody else? Okay, I'll be home waiting for
Yeah,
you.
they want you to not
No,
have
I'm
a
not
voice.
doing that. I'm going to question where you going. Where you going? Is that where you really going? They're like, damn, you say he's going to be home. Like, why are you not home yet? I'm going to question you. I'm not going to just sit back and be like, oh, I'll just wait till he get home. No, it's not going down.
No, thank you.
For real, like okay, like
That don't got
nothing
nothing
else
to
gonna
do with
happen.
nothing. Like for real, nothing else you got on the table. I don't care about your weave, your eyelashes, your pocketbook, your money, your job, your kids, your house, your this or that. Just because you just said that, no, thank
We're
you.
good. We're good. But you know what? I do believe that I'll tell you where I'm going. I don't care. Like at one point in my marriage, like I had a wife and a girlfriend. So like if it's stuff that you don't want to do, like it's other people who do want to do that. And you know what? So that you're not wondering who it is, this is her. This is her. Okay? This is her. And so this is us. So I'm going to the bar with her. And so like I should be home by 11. For me, that's the issue of safety. At 11:30, yeah, you should be worried because like I told you I was gonna be home at 11. You knew who I was with, and like we do share two kids, and so like it was perfect. It was perfect. I understand like for me, I'll let you know where I'm going within reason. Because I ain't got nothing to hide. And like I do want them to find my body, but but at the same time, I let you know where I'm going enough times that when I if I step out and I don't tell you where I'm going, don't ask me where I'm going. Like like I'm respectful when I tell you where I am going, but like when I do step out and like if I don't say nothing, I just kiss you and I'm going somewhere. You don't even know I'm going this time.
See, and look, as a single man, I've never been married, so
Well, yeah, we should see that differently. We should don't a woman get the right to know where you moving at like that. I feel you,
but
bro.
that, and I'm sure it's a lot of men that think like me. If I'm single and I've been moving freely, why would I want to get involved in a relationship to have somebody question like, where you going? You sure? You yeah? Like
I will say that it stems from the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Okay, the road to hell it's for the good intentions. So like, should something happen, I at least know where to tell the police to start looking for you. Like
you got to get to this.
that. But
Yeah.
there is such thing as you can politely ask me anything, and if you're gonna ask me the way that she's asking, like, where you going? What you doing? Who you gonna be doing? Are you sure? Like, don't ask me, am I sure? Don't let that be your
That's
third
coming from the
question.
past. That's like a past relationship issues that you bringing forward to our relationship.
Yeah,
Yeah,
especially if we're doing this thing, and like I'm smart enough that if 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 I've decided to execute this, like
it's gonna get done.
not only is it gonna get done, but you better believe like I've weighed the pros and cons of this thing, and like it's advisable that I do this. We're pressing the button on this one. This one's a go. Like
Look, if everything is good at home, you really don't have to worry about that. But one thing that all of them left, or both of the young ladies left out, they said they got this, that, blah, blah, blah. And if I ain't have no man, I can still get it done, blah, 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 blah. But they left out sex. They left out
Wait
sex.
a minute. I don't want you to fly by. If it's getting done at home, you don't have to worry about that. What I'm finding, and from personal experience, some men can have in the whole forsaking all others. Like there are some men who can do that. I also believe that there are some men who, I'm not sure if it's by not willing to be conditioned to believe, or not acquiescing to their biology, or just not wanting to. They're down for multiple sex partners, and so like I don't believe that just because you're having sex at home, that's not going to keep you from wanting to have sex with someone else, especially seeing how most of that stuff starts on a biologic level. So I just want to make sure we're clear on that.
I got you. I'm speaking for me though.
Sure.
Speaking for me, and like
Sure.
as I said, there's a few men that think like I do, because I don't claim to be or even want to be associated with the general thought public process and the actions of most men.
Sure.
Because I am far exceedingly greater than most men, and I can prove it. I can prove it. And my past transgressions will solidify it like a crusty scab. Like, it's the truth. It happens. But we're not like going from, not, that's why I've been in some great relationships, but marriage was never even the topic or the goal. It was all about happiness and living in the moment. And I enjoyed the moments. And as they begin, they end. That's what a relationship does. That's how I was taught. That's how I see it. A relationship is like a cargo ship. It ends. It reaches its destination, and you unload the cargo and move on to your next relationship.
I like to think of it as people come into your life for a season, and like at the end of the season, like sometimes things die, and like sometimes things die and they don't come back. Sometimes things die and they do come back. But it's like you said about that moment. Like, it's beautiful when it happens. Like, you should have seen my yard before it got cold. Like, everything was great, and then like next year, only half the shit come back, and then the year after that, the shit that you thought was there, like, oh my god, and, but it's so much of the choice of life is taken from someone when you get married, and like you lose a lot. You lose a lot. You're taught that you're going to gain so much. However, it's been my experience, and appeared the shared experience. It's this ain't just wallet talking. The people who have succumbed to that experience end up being less than what they wanted to be, or what they even dreamed of.
Yeah. I think I asked you that in the last episode, though. Like, I ask all married men when I get a chance to talk and ask a question. Like, one question I ask is, when you got married, do you feel like you gave up a piece of yourself?
Oh, a whole lot.
You said that last episode. Bro, I think you answered it the same way. Like,
and a lot of it's not volitionally given. Like, when my son was born, like, I lost my lap. My wife couldn't at the time. She couldn't understand that. Like when I had a hard day at work, you know, you just want to come home and lay in your woman's lap, wrap your arms around her hip. Yeah, come on, man, come on, come on, come on, come on. So here I come running in from work, and hold on, bro, I'm trying to catch this 11:11. Bam, time zone. Here I am running in from work. I done had me a bad day. I run in the house, baby. I'm trying to lay down in her lap. She's like, She's sore. Okay, so can't lay in her lap because she's sore. And then baby start crying. And when the baby start crying, well, now her nipples are sore. And it's like, and now her mind is on this other motherfucker. Like that's your son. Like, you don't understand. Like, you don't understand. And, you know, somebody will be like, you know, be a man about it. It's like, wait a minute. Like, ever since I've known this person, like when I had a bad day, like this was my refuge. Like, and when children came along, like chip, like I lost a piece of her, which in turn like took a piece of me. Cause then like, all right, well, I got void to fill now. Cause like what
now,
was ain't no more.
Look, now from the outside, everybody's looking at y'all like, yeah, they didn't multiply, and when you go out in the public, I'm sure you got the
boy. Hey, boy, we used to. Oh, don't get me wrong now. Don't get me wrong. When we was in love, nigga, we was in love. When we had kids, nigga, we was family down, boy. When we went to church, nigga, we was all color coordinated. The whole family, bro. The whole family. Like I remember one Sunday, we was killing it with the salmon and beige, bro. Yes.
These and the pennies and the penny loafers.
You know I would. That would have been too dirty, bro. That would have been too dirty. We had to dump the whole thing out and find the shiniest one. Yeah.
No, I did that too. Like I did that too. But with somebody else's, you know, like they all got kids, so I was doing that with somebody else's, like, wife and kids, technically.
But you know what? At this point, it's just like I don't even want to term it like somebody else's wife and kids. It's just like, damn it, these are people who want to pretend to be family right now. So you know what? Let's play.
I grew up a stepchild, so I never not dated a woman because she had kids. And always, I told you that the other day. Like everybody, like all my exes that have children, they're like my stepkids. I still, you know,
I don't even say step, because like kids are kids, and it's like it's some women I've been intimate with. I'm no longer intimate with them, but like I still have a relationship with their kids, and like yo, like some of their kids are in college now. Kids ain't stupid. Like they knew what was going on, and you know, guess who they coming to for advice? Like, you know, like yo, Uncle Wally, like I need to ask you something. I don't even want to ask my mom, like, ooh, bitch, what is it? What is it? Talk to me. And so like it's actually like a privileged place to be in, to be honest with you, because like so many kids, you know, your parents are crazy until you actually have kids of your own. I'll give them that. But like while your kids are in your house, like a lot of kids don't have that working relationship where they feel comfortable talking to their parents about big ticket item issues. And so like if I must have been doing something right, you know, like, and it's not like it's 3 or 4 of them. Like it's a couple of my babies still like regularly call me and they're like, hey, I need to talk about like life issues, because like I'm the most constant man in their life that they know.
Yeah. Hey, look, we're coming up on an hour, but we're straying away. We're gonna talk about that.
We ain't talking about the people at all. We ain't made no.
We're gonna talk about that.
We ain't made no
different segment. No, for real, because this needs to be talked about. And like, I'm not seeing it when I'm scrolling on YouTube. It's some dumb shit. And then you got, you know, Crumb with the Gentleman's Club. I think this is kind of like a spinoff, but we went to the kids, like we talking about good nigga shit. We get the good nigga sticker.
Today
That
we
is
do.
talking about, but we're diving into like going past what they're talking about as far as I got this, that, and that, and my kids and da da da. Like, let's stick to why we're not engaging in that. I don't even want to call it bullshit, but we're not engaging in that bullshit anymore.
Correct. Because I'm not willing to pay the price to take out you and your 3 kids to McDonald's just to argue with you. Because you know what? Go ahead.
And that's
Since
what
you
I
can do
think
it on
too.
your
They
own,
don't want you
go
to
ahead.
have a voice. They want you to just be pretty and sit over there to the side. No.
No.
Ooh.
Well, I'll address that as well. So with a man, he pays the cost to be the boss. The children report up, the woman reports up. You're my woman. That's why in marriage, there's a ceremony. And it's not because it's cute. It's because it represents something. Here comes the bride. She walks down the aisle. You know who's walking her down the aisle?
Her father.
Her father.
Or the manly figure in her life.
Yeah. But that particular role is exclusive to the father, but other people can do it as well. And the father walks her down the aisle, passes her to the husband. This is not just because we want to give the father something to do. This represents something, an exchange of power. She's your daughter now. I'm gonna drop my name. She's gonna wear your name. She's a part of your family now, a part of your legacy now. And he is responsible for her. With that said, she reports up to him. He doesn't report down to her. He's the head. She's the neck. There's only one steering wheel in the car. We're not partners. I'm the leader. Now, this is because what type of woman do men want?
And y'all say y'all want this. Y'all say y'all want to be married.
Is to
Wait. Let Crumb finish.
Be agreeable. This is just when we're dealing with femininity is agreeable. It's just the reality of it. So when a woman is not feminine, when she's not agreeable, she's in her masculine energy, which is unattractive to men. The number one role in a man's relationship is to protect. That means he has to lay his life down. Now we're talking about the boyfriend getting wife benefits. You said something today. I think you said something today. I want to go back to that earlier. The boyfriend is going to get wife benefits because the girlfriend is going to get husband benefits, because the number one role of a man is to protect. So now the reason why the strong independent woman thing is malarkey, shout out to Joe Biden, is malarkey, is because it only exists in a first world society. The second we drop down to a second or third world society, the strong independent woman thing goes out the window and you automatically become a soft target. The only thing stopping me from running up in your house and taking your ish is another man. 911. Ain't no 911. Then what?
I'm gonna take your shit.
I'm gonna take your ish. And that's basically what it is. The strong independent woman can only exist because men have built a society for her. We know that the number one crime, second to murder, within time of war, we can't say the R word. We're just gonna say grape. You know what I'm referring to, right? So the strong independent woman thing, it doesn't exist. It's only within a well-policed society. We know that women are vulnerable. Right now in Ukraine, the women and children, in any emergency, we say women and children first. Why? Because women are vulnerable. They're not strong. They're not independent. If something happens to their house, you call the roofer.
CEOs running out first. Like,
wait. I take my own trash out. Okay, check the landfill. I mean, I just took it to the corner. Like, if you don't know where the landfill is at, you're not a strong, single, independent woman.
I know where it's at.
Now, shout out to you. You've been on point this whole time. And you know, I'm not taking anything away from either.
I have 2 brothers who made sure I was ready for the world.
Hey, that's right. But I've said a lot. What do you think?
I feel like you said a lot of stuff that, unfortunately, in today's society, it is true. But I hate the fact that
it just bothers me.
Wait, hold on.
Now that I can pause it and chime in and not be an argument. Why is it unfortunate?
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's true. I just put out some problems.
Wait. You see her face, the way she's looking right now?
Let's see what the problems are.
That's right. But I've said a lot. What do you think?
But
I feel like you said a lot of stuff that, unfortunately, in today's society, it is true. But I hate.
Okay, but she hates.
The fact that I can't be a strong woman and have a man too. It's like I can only have one or the other,
right?
And that's not fair because like, I don't need you. I want you, but I don't need you.
I think that's the problem we get because we let them know that they're not needed. Because I definitely Let
How
a
you
man
had
know
them
that,
kids
baby,
though?
when you leave here, my bill's still gonna be paid.
I'm still gonna
do
eat.
the same thing.
W-
So
Well, 85% of all children who go to jail before age of 18 come from single parent households.
that's true.
I think of single parent households, the average proficiency of reading for males is at a 4th grade level.
That's true as well.
But can I say this? When you just
One more thought, and then I'll pass the mic. You need something. You need something because now at this particular point, you're the bottom of society.
Ooh.
Your children, your households, a strong, independent woman. She's plaguing America with deadbeat children.
Wait, she's plaguing America. The fact that the man leaves the house, because again, this all started back from slavery time when
No.
they took our black men away and left the women and children.
Black people had an 85% marriage rate up until 1965. We were the highest married couples in America. Slavery couldn't do that to us. Couldn't break the family apart. Jim Crow couldn't break the family apart. The lynching era couldn't break the family apart. It was up until 1965 with the propagation of free love and feminism that broke the black family apart. Prior to that, we led America.
So you're saying that the woman decided to be independent and take over, and we broke it down? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I'm
Yes.
saying that she received a Trojan horse.
Yes.
She was fed
Yes.
an idea of equality.
Yes.
She
Y'all
was fed an
smart.
idea of liberation
Y'all smart.
that led to a pathway of being alone. It led to her children being dumb. It led to her young boys being locked up. It led to her daughter going on a stripper pole. It led to 1 out of every 4 women, black women in general in America, black women in particular, 1 out of every 4 black women is on a psychotropic medicine. Studies show the most fulfilling thing within a life that makes a woman happy. I'll give you 2 options. The number 1 thing in America that makes women happy, do you think it's family or is it her job?
Her job.
Her family. Remember, that job don't give a fuck about you.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't. In addition to that, the job is only going to be good for you for as long as you're good for them. That means in America, we know what we do with our elders, right?
we unfortunately toss them to the side.
We toss them to the side. That includes black women. So now for over a lifetime, that job is not effective for her. The job is only going to be there while she is valuable as an employee. After that, she gets thrown out. The marketplace in terms of work is ran by young people. Old people don't have a presence. I think the first company that focused on hiring old people was Walmart for greeters. I mean, it's the reality. We can't name a place. I think YMCA. I think I was volunteering. A lot of old people at YMCA. But I think they volunteer. They don't get paid. So now for a woman, she's going to get kicked to the curb. Remember, she already has a biological clock. You can't have kids no more. You're 60. Don't no man want you. And the job don't want you no more. This is what's leading to depression. This is what's leading to the cat lady. That woman who doesn't have enough significance in her life. You can't build a life around a job and then the job leave you. This is what's going to cause depression. This is what's going to cause anxiety. It's going to cause bitter women who looked in the past to say, hey, the things that mattered most, I'm now realizing. Children, family, connections. The job is going to give you these fake things. Oh, that's my work wife. She don't care about you because if you lose your job, the next man is her work husband.
You know how to do it. I cared too much about work and I spent too much time at work. So
absolutely. And I do understand that. And this is the issue. You've only got 12 hours in a day. 12 day hours. 12 hours a day.
12 functioning hours.
12 functioning hours. Thank you. Keep me honest. With that said, of that time, how much is your family going to get versus how much is the job going to get? We as a society, we as a people, we can't say that we love that job so much because at the end of the day, we're working check to check. The reality is your job, no matter how much they pay you, they're not paying you for your full value.
no,
They're not.
You can't be really happy with someone who doesn't acknowledge your full value. And that's the reality with black women in America, in particular, women in America in general. She understands that the job is what she believes the job is going to bring her happiness, but she also understands that they don't and won't and refuse to pay her full value. That's an issue. This can't be the best thing in your life if they don't really value you. What say you?
I agree with you. I never thought about it like that. Because I said I have OnlyFans, I'm not gonna tell you what my job is. However, it's just making me think like they don't value me, they don't appreciate me. So it's like, what's the point? Why am I putting all my effort in here and not making sure I am taking care of home because I'm here, staying after hours, coming early, all of those things. Like you just made me think about something.
And she's true because I know with my job too, like you're just a body to them. God forbid you go home, you get hit by a bus. The next day later, they're gonna have somebody interviewing to take your spot.
Right.
You're just a body. But I feel like for me, like the reason why I'm spending so much time at work is because for right now, until things change, this is how I eat. This is how I take care of myself. This is how I make sure that I have the things that I need. So it's like, unfortunately, in a sense, I'm like, even though I'm getting paid, it's like in a way I'm kissing their ass because I want them to see like, okay, she's valuable. Like she's somebody that comes to work all the time. She comes to work every day. We know that even on her off day, we can call her. She'll show up. It's like, so I want to keep that going.
Are you think you're gonna keep that? Because I'm one of those who I just got kicked to the curb again because I'm still a black woman in a in a different type of world. So it's me or the white girl, and I just got kicked to the curb because I'm the one that gonna go all out at the place. I'm the one that put all my effort in. And I just realized I'm still a black woman. I just had to realize that the other day. So I'm on my way out the door because that's not the place where I need to be. Because no matter what I do, I'm still gonna be undervalued and unappreciated. And
just because of the color of our skin.
But y'all not putting that much effort into a relationship.
I think it's your attitude too. I don't think it's so much of the color of your skin.
And why, like I keep hearing this, like the black victim. Like we're not victims. Black, as Kim Billion said, blacks been balling. we been balling. Like from 1800s balling. Blacks been balling, but they've been like that slave narrative plagues a lot of people. Remember I told you this slave pussy we dealing with. I mean, we supposed not to cuss like that, but yo, this is descendants of old slave vagina.
This is crazy.
It's only a small percentage, but no, I guess it's a larger percentage, a smaller percentage that understands this shit ain't real. You don't gotta be a victim like and put the and she said it's the color of our skin. No, it's your energy, boo. It's your not for real. Look, just to like people in the public, they pass judgment when they see your wig piece. Like that takes away from the black woman because they're starting to look so fake and plastic. So it's the plastic shiny hair, the eyebrows, the excessive makeup. Like,
hey man, did you know that when you go get your wig fitted, it's called an installation? You gotta go get your wig.
you gotta make an appointment. You gotta make an appointment to get the.
You gotta make an appointment to get your wig installed.
Yeah.
That just blows my mind.
Like some Bose speakers in the car.
Hey, like you got a subwoofer back there, girl. What are you
right, 210s in the truck.
If God couldn't make you perfectly, yo, like what chance do I stand like just wanting to be next to you? Like if he gave you hair that you covered up, he gave you eyebrows that you cut off and eyelashes that you put more on top of, like
but they're doing that to fit in and compete in corporate America. Give them for that. Let's just say it makes them look good. It makes them feel good. But that energy both of them just displayed about their workplace and like Crumb bringing it to their mind. Oh yeah, I am undervalued and they don't give a fuck about me. Like y'all bringing this to the relationship. Like all the stress and bullshit you've been dealing with at work. And then it's like, I don't know how it was in your marriage, but it's some sort of a obligation to intake the bullshit that they're dumping on you from work.
Oh yeah, I mean you catch bullshit from all angles, and like a decent husband is not going to let the effects of work trickle into his home. You sit in the car and you cuss and you cry. You take up different vices and shit. Okay, like people talk shit about people who turn to drugs and alcohol, and I'm like, man, like on behalf of like my people who are on drugs and alcohol, like I do want you to get better. I do want you to talk to somebody, like, but like, yo, fuck, baby, I understand. Like when because it's about the feeling, okay, and it's about this bullshit that I just left. I'm about to walk into some more bullshit, and okay, if I can, I'm gonna do something right now that's it's just gonna make me feel good for like 5 or 10 minutes. And people are like, oh my God, the effects of that, they don't last but 5 or 10 minutes. Like that should help people understand the gravity of the bullshit these people is walking up under.
They just broke that down. Now remember, you only got 12 functional hours. You spend 8 at work. You spend another 2 traveling, so that's 10. Ain't that 10? 8 and 2 is 10. So now you got 2 more hours. Them 15 minutes is
Dead ass, bro. Dead ass. Hell, those were the only moments I actually got to myself this evening.
Hey, remember what I told you, and this is what I picked up in the in my retirement, but continuous strings of sense gratification. So I took that 15 minutes and started stretching it out to 30 to an hour. And
I'm there now.
Drinking, I was meditating and just stretching it out. But I got time to do that, and I started thinking like, damn, all my coworkers and shit, they at work stressed out. Like they don't even have 30 minutes to fucking.
Right. Do you know what it's like to be able to go out back and sit in my drawers on the deck and meditate just because I want to? And do you know, like, I don't think it's probably like 95% of the population that can do that. Like I'm not living like that no more. I'm not, because yeah, there was one point where those 15 minutes were all I had, and you do stuff in them 15 minutes, they end up carrying over into the rest of your evening. And it's like, well, now everybody thinks you got a problem. Like, what you were doing to survive, that's not the actual problem. The leaves in the yard aren't the problem, it's the tree. And so like, stop bitching at me about the leaves in the yard, and let's talk about what we're gonna do about the tree. You know what I'm saying? Like, and a lot of people are caught up in relationships where they're doing their best at leaf management. And
hey, no, but that's like, I came up with solutions for all those problems, but we should enter a commercial right here for boom, the concierge. But having a personal concierge, that's the service I've came up with, because that you have to. And this is what I've been learning as a entrepreneur. You got to pay people to do certain things so you can free up some time to, take care of yourself. But all this small stuff, especially with people like her, they talking about working, so they got money, they got this. A concierge could come in and help them relieve some of the outside of the relationship stress, so you can have time within your relationship without the negativity. I'm trying to talk clean, man. It's hard to talk. It's hard to talk clean, but
it is. That requires money, and that's a resource a lot of people don't have. So like, that's something else that we probably need to chop up and talk about.
We will. I got to find my I took a course at Fort Valley called Labor Economics, and we talked about that, because you like drafts and numbers and all that kind of stuff. But I got a whole course. I ran across it the other day with some good information on labor cost, and like it's an amount of money that people are willing to not work for.
Oh, of course. Everybody's got that number. We need to we probably need to make that a whole nother segment though.
Let's do it.
Right on.
But let's wrap this up. Hey, let me share this with you. The Highway of Life. Remember, this is 2003. I was going through some shit and crying, but I was pumping out some.
I was going through some shit and crying.
Tequila, Jose Cuervo, my best friend. But I'm on a highway of life, walking backwards on a treadmill at a steady pace, while everyone else is driving by me, honking, beeping, waving, pointing, shouting, flashing their high beams, blinding me temporarily. As my eyes adjust, I get a chance to glance at myself. Left arm out the window, in the fast lane of oncoming traffic, with the empty passenger seat. Is this a dream or reality? I hear voices speaking to me, and eagerly I listen for guidance, but there's no clarity. I'm lost in my own mind, trying to find a way out. But there's no on or off ramps on life's highway, just a beginning and an end. There's forks, circles, U-turns, and dead ends that are encountered, but the highway goes on into eternity with or without me. Heard that? There's forks, circles, U-turns, and dead ends that are encountered, but the highway of life goes on into eternity with or without me. Now the sun is beaming down on me like a spotlight, and still blindfolded, I drove straight at that fork in the road. I know this because the road is bumpy and the blindfold is slid down my face and now covers my mouth, and I can't speak, but I can see in the rearview mirror my dreams, my future, my family, the fork in the road. Please, God, I tried my best. Why are my hands tied to my chest like an X? I thought I was going forward, but everything is behind me. Someone help me, please. I need you to believe this silence is fear, and these tears are pain being forced out of my body. My mouth is bonded and my vision is blurred, but if you speak clearly, you will be heard. And I will follow you down that righteous path that has already been paved, the highway of life.
Come on now. That's beautiful.
2003. That was a long time ago. But I've been on that fork in the road, bro. I'm forging my own path. I've been doing that for a long time.
Chop it up. Chop it up.
Hey man, I appreciate it.
Oh, I appreciate your time too, man. Let's get back together because I enjoy these conversations.
Hey, tell the people where to find you.
Oh man, you need to go to Beacons, beacons.ai/Megabread, and you're gonna find all the information you can about this guy and booking a power session with me and you, so I can give you a different perspective on your life, so that things don't have to be the way that they are. Because I just want you to feel better. That's all. Look, is that it right there? Is that it right there?
In there.
Facts.
You can find me at Linktree 12CW12. Got to be over 18 because it's adult content.
I know that's right. Tell them check their eyes. Check their eyes, nigga. Check their eyes.
Jet life to the next life.
To the next life, my dude. I appreciate you, Mr. Ward, aka the flight deck coordinator.
I'm out. Peace.
Peace, bro.